Hello everybody, Rick Malero here with his Capital Group, and I am so excited today to share with you a very important strategy. You see, a lot of our clients that we're funding or that we're doing deals with, many times they make mistakes in that they're not able to sell the properties quickly. And one of the things that I would like to share with you today is the number one strategy that you can implement, whether you're doing luxury homes or doing a quick turn property, or even when you're doing short-term rental properties, is that you really have to know exactly how to stage the house so that the consumer can visualize themselves in it and be inspired and be touched emotionally. So one of my secret weapons that I'm going to talk about today is beautiful Amanda, who actually helps us out tremendously for our clients and for us. And I want to see if she can share with you some of her strategies and how she makes these amazing properties look incredible so that you can move quickly and make a profit.
Hey design lovers, my name is Amanda Aryapagita and my company is Interior Motive Design. What we do is interior design for private and commercial clients. In addition, we do home staging for real estate clients. So for his capital funding, I am the hired interior designer / home stager for one of their projects. So let me take you on the path of how we implement everything. Okay, so what I do when I first go into a home, I find out who lives here. Is it a family of 4 or is it a single person? Because we all live differently, and depending on who we live with, it also depends on how we live in the space. So I ask what are the needs, challenges, and activities. And as long as all those things are looked after, then I can make sure that the design is proper and it's fitting for the client. In addition, I'm gonna make it look really, really good. So when I get to the property, the first thing I do is take pictures and I take measurements of every window, of hallways, of walls, everything that people tend to overlook when it comes to doing proper design and making sure that it functions in the right space. So then the next step, what I'll do is I'll do a furniture layout plan, and that will happen in every single room, so I know what pieces are going to go and what dimensions will fit and how the whole entire design comes together.
So I hope you found this information extremely valuable. And in recapping this situation, the first thing I want you to consider is, first and foremost, when you're looking at a property, whether it's a short-term rental, a luxury property, or just a quick flip, ask yourself the question, what is the need of my end user? So that when you're staging the property, you're appealing to that audience. When you're doing short-term rentals, there's a completely different need and there's a completely different strategy that you have to consider when you're putting together a plan to make the property staged in such a way that it draws that audience in. It makes them want to come stay. Where if you're flipping a property, it's a completely different need and you want to be considering those first. The next thing that I think is completely important is that you have to make sure that you measure every single space with a purpose in mind. One of the things that I love about working with Amanda is that I literally learn from her every time when she goes to a space and she analyzes what the purpose of the room is and how she can make it shine through furniture and different strategic things that she does, so that when you go into that space, you literally feel the flow. You feel like you want to be in that space. And again, the main purpose of selling a property or bringing somebody to come stay with your property short term is you want to evoke that emotion. You want to draw them in emotionally so they feel good. They feel like they want to be in that space. They see themselves living in that space, and that's very important. So again, when you're being strategic about that and you have a purpose behind the strategy you're putting together, it changes everything. Which leads to, again, with furniture and with everything else you're doing, you want to make sure that you have a strategic layout plan. And now I'll be honest with you, I don't know how to do that. So the best way that I do that as an investor is that I hire people like Amanda who know how to make that plan and put it together. And I invest in her because I know that projects like that become even more successful and more profitable if I have other professionals doing the important pieces like this to make that property more appealing to the audience that we're targeting. And that's the most important thing you should be considering as a real estate investor. And I am so excited that in the next part of the video, coming up very soon, you're going to actually see how Amanda helped us in this project, and she turned this boring project into an oasis of tranquility, something that makes you feel drawn in where you want to stay. In fact, I'm going to be so happy with the end results, and I'm sure we can turn it either into a short-term rental or we can turn it into a luxury resale project. So I hope you enjoyed this upcoming video. Stay tuned so that you can see all of what we've talked about put in play in a real deal live before your eyes.